This video is going to show you how to calculate the area of a triangle. To understand the formula, you kind of have to understand the relationship between rectangles and triangles. So a rectangle, we know that the area for that is length times width. We can also see that within a rectangle, if we drew a triangle, it would take half of that rectangle. So when it comes to the actual formula for a triangle, it's A equals base times height, which this one is our base, this one is our height. That's for right angle triangles. I will show you exactly what we mean by height for other triangles. And because it is half of that rectangle, we are dividing that by 2. For what I mean by other rectangles, because they're not all going to be right angled triangles. In fact, most aren't going to be right angled triangles at all. We are dealing with this base here, and we're dealing with two sides here and here that are angled. So what we have is this perpendicular height. So what perpendicular means is basically that this line is at a right angle to the base of the triangle. So this is h, and h equals perpendicular height. Just in case you've forgotten that. So what the formula is actually asking us to do is find area equals the base measurement here times the height, and then divide that by 2. So in the event of a triangle that has a base of 10 and a perpendicular height of 6 centimeters, we are going to be calculating A equals base times height divided by 2. Now, my base is 10 centimeters and my height is 6 centimeters, and I'm just going to be dividing that by 2. 10 times 6 is 60 divided by 2 equals 30, and I know I'm looking at centimeters, so I'm going to go centimeters, and it's the inside of that shape, so centimeters squared. If I had another triangle, I'm going with a triangle with a perpendicular height of 5 meters and a base of 4 meters. I'm going to go with A equals base, which is that one, times height divided by 2. So base is 4, height is 5, and then I'm dividing by 2. So 4 times 5 is 20 over 2, which leaves me with 10 meters and its area, so my units are squared. Always remembering that you're just using that perpendicular height rather than any of the measurements that you may be given on these sides. Think about how you calculate the area of a rectangle and then the relationship between the rectangle and the triangle, and hopefully this formula will actually be quite easy to remember once you do think of those relationships.